the Dallas Cowboys. They were called America's team, and he was Captain America.
Hell, they hated it. White uniforms and Coach Landry with his hat and his suit. Roger with his perfect hair and a Heisman Trophy, scrambling around and winning games. They hated us.
We want Dallas! Dallas! We hate you! Dallas!
Nowhere was there greater disdain for America's team and America's quarterback than in the nation's capital.
Listen, they're a bunch of damn front runners, and let's come back at them. That's all they get for the rest of the afternoon.
George Allen, he hated the Cowboys.
The bastards can't take it. The bastards can't take it.
He'd tell us, I hate those sons of guns. Those Dallas Cowboys, America's team. I can hear him right now.
Roger Staubach and company. Roger Staubach, Tom Landry, Tex Ram.
Washington is a very tough rivalry, and in fact, I don't know of any Washington player that likes me at all. There's a couple that really go after me.
Dyron Talbert's job was to get under Roger's skin. Roger was unflappable. Military background, buttoned up. I'm impervious to everything unless it was Dyron Talbert.
Well, just crazy little stuff. I probably said some things.
He would challenge his manhood. He would challenge his family.
Never say anything about his mother or anything like that.
I think it kind of got to Roger a little bit.
The only way to really get to Staubach was to beat him, which the Redskins did in the 1972 NFC Championship. Their mistake was crowing about it afterwards.
All through the year, Craig Martin had been the starting quarterback. They moved Staubach, who'd been hurt, into the starting lineup for that game. And we beat him up pretty bad.
I didn't have a horrible game. They beat us, and Dyron just couldn't wait to say, we're glad that Staubach was the starting quarterback. And that really ticked me off. I mean, he didn't say that before the game. So the rest of my career, you will not see a loss that was critical against the Redskins. If you want to check that out, by the way.
The Cowboys finished ahead of the Redskins every year but one the rest of the decade. And seemingly, Dyron Talbert never got to Staubach again.
You couldn't hardly sack him because he's going to throw the ball or run around. He was the best quarterback that we ever played, without a doubt.
Roger going deep for Drew down the sideline.
Few opponents got the better of Roger Staubach, but at times he felt limited by his own head coach, who controlled every facet of the team.
Well, it's frustrating when the man that's calling the play sometimes looks at it more as a ball control game. I don't look at it like that.
Just bring this right down there.
I called plays early on in my career. That in '73, my mother was very sick and she was dying, and actually died through that season. She had pancreatic cancer, and we lost on Thanksgiving Day. His thinking was, Roger, I know what you're going through, and I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna start calling the plays. You just execute them, and I know what you're going through. So that was the reasoning. It's what he said to me then. Down deep in his heart, it was going to happen.
I know it was a strange relationship, maybe it was the odd couple, but they were good for each other, both of them.
It's kind of like as a parent, you can't be your child's friend, you're the parent, and he was the coach and Roger was the player, and there was that division. But yet, the time Roger separated his shoulder in training camp and they did surgery on him right away, Coach Landry sat with me that whole morning while Roger was in surgery. So, that's a side of him. Most people said, oh, he always just stood there with his hat on and didn't smile. But he was really caring.
The other team, Terry Bradshaw, gets to call his own plays, and here you are, a veteran quarterback, and you don't. Doesn't that bother you?
I would rather call the plays. I'm like you, but that's not our system, and we got a great coach, and we've been successful with it, so you can't argue with success.
Now, let me ask
Maybe if Grant was calling the plays, you guys might be in the Super Bowl.
I could audible, and I did change people on routes, and he put up with that. In the Super Bowl against Denver, I had Butch Johnson go on a post route instead of an in route. We knew the safety used to hover in the middle there and not get back deep, so I just took a chance. I said, Butch run post, and sure enough, I dropped back, and Butch was open.
Roger goes deep across the middle, way downfield, and Butch Johnson caught! Touchdown!
Watch this catch. He only has to have possession over the goal line. He's got it. Beauty.
Butch was a great receiver. He goes off the sideline. Landry runs over to him and said, "What are you doing? You're supposed to run an in route." Here we are in the Super Bowl, and we score, Mr. Engineer, you know, and he never came over to me and said a word.
Champion.
With Staubach